All right, we are here.
Woo, 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 woo.
We are here. We are here. We are here.
And I'm not gonna say it.
All right. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to another installment
Ooh,
of
too close
BrickWall
to me.
Reviews. I'm Dave. This is Sam. And tonight we are going to be going over the movie My Spy, the Amazon Prime release starring Dave Bautista and a whole bunch of other people that we'll talk about later. Right quick before we start, I want to remind you guys to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're coming over from Facebook, thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you.
If you're just tuning in here exclusively on YouTube, thank you guys for joining in. We're going to be... I lost my train of thought. We're going to be doing the benefits of live. You lose your train of thought. We're going to be doing these reviews, if you guys don't know, every other Tuesday. And in the intervals between those Tuesdays, Sam
technically,
does her...
we're going to be doing the reviews every Tuesday.
We're
We
live
will be
every
reviewing
Tuesday.
every Tuesday.
Yes, we review every
But
Tuesday.
it shall be Sam and Dave every other
Wait.
Tuesday.
I got this.
And Sam every other Tuesday.
I got this.
Oh, well, go ahead then.
So Sam's anime reviews, for you guys who didn't tune in, go ahead and tune in to her anime review where she did Death Note. She'll be back next Tuesday to do another anime that you guys are probably really going to like, something different, something outside of the box. And then after that, we're back again to do another film review.
You're making it so complicated. Next week shall be Sam. The week after shall be Sam and Dave.
I am telling them
and
that's
so forth.
how the schedule will work.
Okay.
That's why I'm informing the people so that they can understand. In the meantime, once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're trying to reach 100 subscribers, so we really appreciate all of these subscriptions,
Please.
all of the shares. Help us beat the YouTube algorithm so that we can be plastered all over the homepage of YouTube and in your recommendations as well as everyone else's recommendations. So with that in mind, we're going to start our review on My Spy. My Spy.
My spy, your spy.
Everybody's spy.
Our spy, we spy.
This movie here, before we get into the meat and bones of all this,
Ooh, meat and bones.
I thought that this movie was actually really good. It surpassed my expectations. Prior to watching it, kind of surpassed my expectations. Mm-hmm. I didn't think that it was going to be what it was, which was a lot funnier than I anticipated.
I don't know what I thought it was gonna be, because I just saw the little thing on Prime, of course, and was just like, "Hey, let's watch that."
Yeah. I knew about this movie. This had a really crazy release schedule. It was originally supposed to open in I think August of 2019. Then it got pushed back to January 2020. Then it got pushed back to March 2020. Then it got pushed back to April 2020, and then it got pushed back to the nether realms because of the current pandemic. In which theaters were closing, so I guess they figured why put it out at all. Luckily,
but you can say that about a lot of films.
Yeah, you can say that about a lot of films.
Now.
And that's something we may be digging into a little bit as this review goes on.
You know what you said.
Listen.
Okay,
focus.
I am.
So as the review goes on, we're gonna get into that.
Close to me.
But
it's like I'm joking.
Yeah, so it was pushed off. It was bought by Prime. Prime had the rights to got the rights to the film and premiered it on Prime on June 26th, and also premiered in a few drive-in theaters. And it had its actual theatrical release still in January out in Australia, because they didn't shut down any theaters at the time, and I think they still did a couple of summer releases there as well. All that said, Was this movie better served by streaming, or was it better served in the theaters? We're definitely going to get into that.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you go ahead and tell the people what this movie is about?
All right. So my dude from Guardians of the Galaxy is the star in this movie, of course.
You want to say his name?
Drex.
There's the actual person's name.
Drex. All right, Dave. That's his name. His name is Dave.
Dave Bautista.
I'm not referring to this Dave. I'm talking about the other Dave.
Dave Bautista.
So my man Dave, he's up in this movie, you know, showing him his skills outside of a costume, pretty much. And he's a spy for the CIA, and he pretty much he gets assigned to a case because of his bad behavior. He's now assigned to a case where he has to, what's the word?
I mean, it's right in front of you.
I know, I'm trying not to look.
There's nothing.
Okay,
wrong
undercover.
with
I forgot the word. Undercover.
We worked so hard on typing these.
I know I did, but oh well. All right, so he's undercover trying to find a bad guy. And so he's having to, I know, okay, all right. A hardened CIA operative finds himself at the mercy of a 9-year-old girl having been sent undercover to provide surveillance for her family as her dad was working with some bad guys and was a bad guy in an operation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else you want me to say?
I mean, we have...
Okay, and so the little girl, she blackmails him into pretty much becoming her friend because she's new to the States from Paris, France.
Mm-hmm.
And she pretty much blackmails him into being her friend and going with her on different events. And pretty much blackmails him into dating her mom, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever. I'm just saying, I'm trying... Lord, I need to stop doing that.
What?
Nothing. It's inside. It's inside.
Okay.
So she wants to make new friends, and so she's thinking that her own physical appearance will help. Being that she's from France, she thought it would be interesting because she's from someplace else, but the people don't care about that.
Mm-hmm.
The people. The little kids, trifling little kids don't care about that. They are trifling.
You know, you're talking about this movie, and I'm like, wait, what part of the movie are you talking about in specific?
When she was on the school bus and they took a picture of the jelly on her face.
Oh, so we're diving right into talking about the movie?
Well, I wasn't. I was just saying the little kids were trifling.
But
you wanted to know.
Yeah, I wanted to tell for the people. But okay, so let's just dive right in. Yeah, so all that she said.
What is that supposed to mean?
You're doing great.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, so basically just it's a CIA it's the typical CIA agent has to go and protect the kid story that we've seen like a whole bunch of times. I mean, it has somewhat of a fresh take. This one's directed by Peter Segal, who directed he directed Get Smart. It was like a spy movie, something with Steve Carell and Dwayne Johnson, and you can kind of see the influences. If you see Get Smart and you watch My Spy, you can kind of see the similarities between the two movies. Yeah, so Dave Bautista.
Chase is on the keys. That's funny.
Dave Bautista, he does play JJ, who's a CIA agent. Chloe Coleman, who I think this is her first role, plays Sophie. And Parisa Fitz-Henley plays Kate, who is Sophie's mother. Sophie's mom was married. You say she's married to the guy.
The guy, yeah. I forgot
the
what
dad.
His name was. Yeah.
They didn't say the dad's name.
They
so
did
it's
say
okay.
the dad's name. Okay.
So they said
she was married to old boy and Victor ends up killing him over the software the plans for the nuclear bomb. So he ends up killing him, and without obtaining the documents for it. So now he's pretty much on a search to find the documents, which he's not technically not on a search because he kind of knows where it's at.
Yeah, he goes through like really handling all these people. Well, they kind of don't really show all of like what the bad guy does.
That was my thing about the movie, though.
Yeah,
like it focused a lot on, of course, the main characters, JJ and Sophie. It focused a lot on them, pretty much in like play mode, and I'm gonna call it play mode because it didn't really show any severity of what was really going on until towards the end. So I'm gonna call this a Lifetime movie.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that simply because it has it's way better than don't Lifetime movie it. Don't Lifetime
all Lifetime movies aren't bad, but I'm saying where I'm gonna say the Lifetime movie is where it's like kind of mellow, but then all the action happens at the end.
No, I wouldn't Lifetime movie it though, because we've seen movies that resemble Lifetime movies. We've reviewed movies that resemble Lifetime movies. This does not resemble.
I think it does.
No, it has a structure that
is similar to a Lifetime
that is not similar to a Lifetime movie. What I say about this movie is that it trails this line. It's a family movie. First of all, it's considered a family movie. Even though it's rated PG-13, it is a family movie. So it does the typical family movie thing. You have JJ, played by Dave Bautista again. He's the hardened spy. He's the tough guy who does his job and of course one job away from getting his ass fired and all that good stuff. And so he's kind of he's placed on his mission to investigate. Investigate. Pretty much. So he's got to play incognito and everything. So, of course, he goes through the meeting the young child thing and them developing the relationship and the bond and things like that. So it kind of moves in that structure of traditional family movies with these types of things that really harken back to like early 2010s and things like that, where these movies were big. One thing this kind of reminds me of a lot is the game plan, which I kind of made this comparison and I asked this question: is Dave Bautista on his way to becoming the next Dwayne Johnson?
See, and you hate to compare people like that because I want to be the next me. I don't want to be the next somebody else.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of wrestler turned actor.
That's what I'm saying in regards to that. But then also, you still don't want to be compared as that. Mm-hmm. But like I said, me personally, I think he's funnier.
Yeah, I mean, Bautista, if you guys haven't seen him in other movies outside of Guardians of the Galaxy, of course, he has some really funny movies. He has a couple. One of them that I really liked that I watched recently was Stuber. And his character in Stuber and his character in this are kind of like really kind of similar in a way. So, I kind of... he has a very...
I haven't seen any other movie. When I first saw the movie, I was like, damn... He reminds me of a lot of Guardians of the Galaxy. And come to find out it was the same person.
A lot of Dave Bautista's movies, they aren't really widely known outside of of course, the Marvel movies. Everyone's Marvel movies are widely blown. His outside of Marvel movies are not really. People don't really know about them. People don't really know about him.
That's what I just said. I don't know. I only know about Marvel and this one now.
And when you see him,
and then he's out of costume. It's not like he's.
Well, when you see him, you can kind of see like, wow, this guy's he's a great actor. Like he really got a good break. But can he carry, like other Marvel actors, can he carry outside of the Marvel movie? Yeah. Which is a conversation for a whole other day.
I would say that his acting was similar, especially with the types of jokes he
has a Dave Bautista. There's a Dave Bautista type.
Just like a Kevin Hart type, right?
Funnier.
That's what I'm saying.
I would say Dave Bautista was funnier than The Rock. Dave Bautista definitely because he has that stoic like
a nonchalant
straight
kind of
comedy thing. And like everything he says, it kind of has like that like, are you sure that that's how it's supposed to be kind of tone with it. And it's just, it makes his tough guy persona, it makes it for, better content from him. Like the lines come off better and everything like that. So, I think that's where Bautista shines in certain movies. So getting into the movie, it kind of starts with Bautista or JJ. Let's call him JJ.
Yeah.
Let's call him Bautista JJ.
That's call him what we want to call
JJ
him.
Bautista. It starts with JJ. He's on a mission. I just responded to that one.
Okay, well I just saw it. Sorry.
He's on a mission in Russia?
Yeah, he
Yeah, he starts on a mission in Russia, and he does his super secret agent thing where he has to take out the bad guys for the codes. And right there is kind of where the tone is set. He's he's doing his action star thing, punching people in the face, shooting guns, driving fast cars. One of the first big jokes in there was when the music on the radio.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was one of the first big jokes in there. He couldn't find the right music to play. Everything was too soft. And
No, it was the fact that the bad guys were listening to this.
Oh yeah.
That's what makes it fun. Like what?
Yeah, and everything was just like so soft. And then the song he settles on is Britney Spears, "Hit Me Baby One More Time."
That was funny.
And then he goes to sing it, which again, funnier or because you don't expect his character, so it's surprisingly funny. It's a bit of both. It's a bit of both because Dave Bautista singing "Hit Me Baby One More Time" has to be one of the more subtle comedy bits.
I wouldn't say it's surprisingly funny once you know what he was acted in. Especially with him being in Guardians of the Galaxy, he was funny in the second one.
Yeah,
like he was more hard on in the first one. But the second one, yeah.
But with that, okay, well,
yeah.
I'll jump into that portion of that discussion probably later on in this review. But for right now, I kind of want to just like zero in on how, because a lot of the jokes in the movie comes from how Bautista is really just saying stuff. Yeah. Like when he goes and says like, "We can kill the girl." He says he killed a girl. His delivery on it was funny, and then when she walks in and sees him, it's like, wow, that's horrible. He's like, no, it was a joke. It's like he's got like this. It's like a straight face.
Yeah, but it really wasn't a joke.
Yeah, like he's got like this straight face,
like, nah, she got
straight and narrow thing. Yeah,
and I kind of agree with him. This little girl was doing too much.
Yeah,
she wasn't a Kareem. If you saw Coffee and Kareem, but she was a Kareem.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and jump to this little girl. We get all the plot. One thing before I jump off of Dave Bautista's beginning plot, this Ken Jeong is in this. Who Ken Jeong always surprises me in everything he acts in. He's either really really funny or real subtle funny, which is like the things he says is funny, and it's his delivery that really makes it funny. So it's this one weird scene in there, which is how I knew this movie was sold to Amazon, and that's when he goes, "Alexa, play a sad song," and Alexa plays the song, and then it just jumps to a whole another scene where we introduce a girl, and I felt like,
well, you saying
wow.
That's how you know it's sold to Amazon? What if they just wasn't a sponsor?
That was the product placement. I don't think that scene was originally in the movie until Amazon was like, "Yeah, we'll play it." Just we got to find a place to put Alexa in here, though.
Outside of it just being on Prime, right?
If Amazon had phones, the little girl using the phone for the cloud would be called the Amazon Cloud. I could upload it to the Amazon. I could upload it to the rainforest. If Amazon had a cloud, they call it a rainforest. You know that. I think they would. That's a good name.
Okay.
But yeah, so we jump to the little girl, and she's a smart little girl, Sophie.
Yeah, very smart.
Smart little girl.
Was homeschooled, such and such.
Homeschooled, moved from France, lives with her single mother, all that good stuff. Sad sob story.
Of course, her dad died.
Yeah.
So that's
her
why they
dad
technically
died.
ended up moving back.
And the mom knew about the crimes that the dad did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the mom kind of knew about the crimes that dad did, so they're kind of low key on the run.
Yeah.
They're low key on the run, so that's why
But
they
not on the
move.
run from the CIA though. I don't think. I think so much on the run from the dad's brother.
Yeah, they're not on the run from CIA. They're definitely on the run from the dad's brother.
Okay, so what surprised me were the neighbors.
Oh wait. Let's talk about this little girl real quick. I want to talk about this little girl. This little girl in Chicago, Illinois, who just happens to be the most observant, hack savvy little girl.
I can't say she's hack savvy. I can't.
Okay, she's sneaky.
Yeah.
I think she's the real villain of the film. I've never seen. She
really is though.
I said this both times I watched this. I've never seen a girl more desperate for a papa since Annie,
or for attention.
Since little orphan Annie.
They made it as if she wanted to fit in. Now this girl wanted attention.
No, she wanted attention, and this was like watching The Parent Trap, where she's trying to get it's like one of those 90s children's rom-coms when the kids always trying to get the parents to get together because they arguing and having a divorce or something. This is what it was like, but she literally just met this guy and is like, in like 2 scenes, probably like 2 days worth of time, she's like, you know what? I want to set this strange CIA, CPI.
What I'll say to that is on the strength of, okay, if I look at it a different way, maybe she saw that softer side of him.
Which is creepy.
I mean, which like I said, I'm just thinking about this now. I'm just thinking about it now. Like, I didn't anticipate saying this because I was all for, like, that little girl doing too much, which she was.
She was doing a lot.
But I want to say that she was a little creepy.
Yeah, she was. She was a cold-blooded...
No. My part was when the mom need him.
Oh,
that was funny.
Yeah, so what happens? This girl, she's so smart because
she's so slick and sneaky. Don't say smart.
She's so slick and sneaky. When the CIA agents, they're in the same apartment as the family, and Dave Bautista's partner, played by Kristen Shaw. Again, I know these people from different things, and sometimes I'm ashamed that I know these people by name. But yeah, she plays a pretty good role. Glad that she got something substantial. For the first time in a while. It's been a while since Kristen Shaw held something substantial. They're in the apartment. They set up the cameras and stuff in the little girl's apartment. Set them up everywhere. Yeah. It leads to like this bathroom. Really and the bathroom. All that leads to a really funny scene where a dog gets thrown in the closet. I won't say anything else about that.
But for all you animal lovers, he is safe. The dog did not get harmed at all.
Yeah,
no animal cruelty.
This dog gets saved twice in this movie.
And this dog gets saved more than the people.
His dog is the only respected person in this movie is the dog. The only respected person in the movie is the dog. And yeah. I was gonna get to that later, but I mean, when that dude had that knife up to that dog was like, "Oh shit!"
Everybody thought he was about to cut the dog neck.
He said, "Nah, I'm not gonna kill the dog." And the dog was the face on the dog. That's good acting because that dog was like, "Oh shit, put me down, then, bro."
All right, see, I ain't looking at this dog that hard now.
No, I saw it in the little dog face. He's like, "Well, shit, put me down, man. Bye."
I was like, "Yeah."
Got his ass stuffed in the closet again.
Cut him.
Just kidding. My whole life.
Bro, that dog didn't even have a hair messed up on him. He probably brushed him back down and he cut it.
Wait. Because the apartment blew up. Mm-hmm. Spoiler. Was the dog still in the house?
No, because the little girl, I don't, you know what?
Okay, so if y'all watch My Spy, definitely comment below if y'all realize if the dog made it out of the apartment before it blew up. Because if the dog did.
You know he did. You know it.
But I didn't see the dog for the rest of the movie.
I didn't even think about the dog for the rest of the movie.
I didn't either. So much happened. The dog wasn't in the final confrontation.
That's what I'm saying. The reason being I didn't think about the dog because now he done kidnapped the girl for no reason. Bro, you had what you needed. You could have got away scot-free. You could have got away free.
Yeah, he definitely got away with that. He took the little girl. He didn't even have to take her.
He didn't have to take her. So
all right, so
I would say the surprise element is the couple.
Yeah, I'm glad you circled back to that.
You know what? I that part took me because I expected some other parts of the movie which happened, but I did not expect this couple.
Something that I think, and I guess this is part of the PG-13 rating. I don't know, but I also think that. Well, okay, I'm not going to politicize this. Never mind.
No, the PG-13 rating was for action, violence, and language.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, with some of the more mature elements in there. But then, like I said, I'm not going to politicize anything
I would say
that I'm about to
say. That was more for adults.
So.
Because, all children movies have many parts that pertain to adults.
Yeah.
And I would say they're just trying to be inclusive.
But I think, and I think with the inclusivity of that, I think that they did that. I liked how they did it.
Yeah.
It was two gay characters. They lived across the hall. They weren't like crazy in your face about it, but they were like the typical gay neighbors you would see in an apartment, maybe in Chicago, Illinois. I've never lived in Chicago, but I mean, you probably see them somewhere. And they were hilarious.
They were
hilarious. And the big twist that they have, we're not going to spoil it, but they have a big twist. And it's really one of the things I liked about the movie is how they pulled it off. Because when it happened, you wouldn't think it happened.
Yeah.
And then when the other thing happened with them, you're like, oh, well, damn.
But it's just the fact that once you find out the twist, everything else is like, you know what? They've been playing this for
They've been playing for years.
And even when, JJ gets there, they do it, like, they really did it.
Yeah. And then watching it back, you got to think, like, did they know the whole time that?
I think they did. That's what I'm saying. I think they really knew the whole time.
Yeah, so,
Because my whole thing was, I said, why didn't they pull up in like a U-Haul or something?
Yeah.
You pull up in a big damn brown
truck.
With
no
windows.
Nosy little Sophie happens to be...
You act like you about to kidnap, look in the truck in a van to kidnap kids. Cut it out.
Nosy little Sophie sitting on her high little skyscraper. What do you call those things? I never had one. Balcony?
What? No, that's a...
What's it called? Fire escape?
Yeah.
We jump out
a fire escape.
Fire escape. Sitting on the fire escape, just looking out.
Wouldn't if you didn't live in an apartment.
Looking out of the...
wouldn't if you're not from New York.
Or from Chicago.
Okay.
Or from the right part of certain inner cities.
You wouldn't. Okay, we're gonna keep it like that. Is it worth watching?
Is it worth? Yeah, it's worth a watch. It's worth a watch.
It's funny. It really is funny.
Yeah, it's a really funny movie.
Like I said, some of the twists in it you wouldn't expect to be a twist. Some things are played out, especially with the relationship between mom and JJ. I was like, it's gonna come out like this, which it almost did, but it didn't. It came out a different way.
They got the whole romance plot, of course, like we said. The little girl forces the romance in there, kind of plays her little game with it, and I don't know. I like this softer side of Batista. He does the romance part pretty well.
Yeah, but
he does his role pretty well. I don't think anyone else really could have played that.
I would say he was suckered in too quickly.
That's one of the things about the movie. He was suckered in
too quickly.
He was definitely bought into the whole romance plot and the whole I'll go on a date with you plot. He was bought into that just because the little girl had a phone and was going to upload.
Because I would have choked out and took the phone. I'm sorry, she wouldn't remember. They had no pepper spray or nothing. Like, damn, now you got a whole box of shit.
I would have thought that nothing. I would have thought that the tech girl would have at least tried
and that was the thing, because my
zap
whole
and
thing
buzz
was
into a phone or something.
As tech savvy as this little girl's supposed to be, when when he went out with her mom, she was like, "Oh, you have sound." Like, how you don't have sound? all this that you doing, you know of this, that, and the other. You know where everything else at, but you don't have sound. You know how to work that? Cut it out. That was like I think that was kind of a glitch. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's a lot of weird choices made in the movie. Especially how I think midway through the movie it switches back into being like this hardcore action flick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it should have been like scenes throughout.
Yeah. Yeah, and it kind of you go through the whole.
That's why I called it like
Bautista
a
learning
movie.
To be a softy family guy. He opens up to the girl, tells her his whole life story, which was weird to me. I was like, how are you gonna tell this little girl your whole life story? You in the military, ex-military.
She was that convincing.
She might as well join the CIA. He ends up training her in CIA tactics.
Well,
and all that
because
stuff.
she technically, you know,
Because she
was
blackmailed
blackmailing
him.
And you know
there
what?
was some,
It's the fact that he just kept giving in to the blackmails. Like, girl, you said
Yeah.
one time.
Yeah, he
One
kept,
time. Like, after that, I'm gonna choke you out and get this.
and she pulls him into a lot of ridiculous situations. Earlier, Sam mentioned how he got kicked in the balls because of it. First thing she suckers him into is taking her to an ice skating rink so she can make friends, who ended up bullying her and Dave Bautista. Then she suckers him into going and getting ice cream, which he goes, you know, he takes her back in. She suckers him into a pinky prom, so he ends up getting him kicked right in the huevos. Then she suckers him into what else?
Coming to an art show.
Yeah, coming to an art show.
Into
Where
fixing the mom's sink.
he completely shitted on that kid's art.
Bro, it
like,
was
what is that?
bad,
Hot
though.
dogs pooping?
Bro, it was bad though.
Yeah, he completely squatted. Yeah, it was a horrible drawing though. Then cons him into getting in, blackmails him into going to the school. Bring your friend.
Yeah.
Bring a special friend to school
Special friend day. Fixing the sink. Going on a date with her mom.
With the mom. Learning how to walk away from an explosion, which may I remind you all. Slow walking or just regular pace walking away from an explosion does not happen like that. Who's doing that? The wind force of the explosion will blow you forward and possibly cause an injury. So, you know, you heard it here.
Like I said, who's doing that?
I mean, as much as we would love to do it,
it's gonna be too hot.
It ain't worth it.
Hair gonna get messed up.
At least be like 45 feet away from the explosion.
Might lose a lash.
Get like the right camera angle if you wanna do it.
I'm not doing it at all.
Stand 45 feet away and have the cameraman stand another 15 feet away, and then you know, maybe you can pull it off. No, you don't think so?
I'm not doing that. I mean, your hair might not be flammable, but I got product over here.
Oh yeah, if you wear don't Michael Jackson yourself. Don't Michael Jackson Pepsi yourself. Cause
you won't be getting no paid for no lawsuit.
If you wear a Jerry curl, don't do it.
Right. If you wear any chemicals in your hair, matter of fact, if you have hair, don't do it. If you have skin, don't do it.
If you value your life, don't do it. But so she blackmails him to doing all this stuff.
This crazy stuff. Like
ridiculous stuff.
Come on, cut it out.
Which results in him.
And then the whole thing was he'd even train his partner in half the stuff that she was trained in.
And that's one of the things that I felt was they were at the surface of something deeper, where they could have gone deeper with that, just with the relationship between them two, because he lost the unit before he's in the military, and just having her consider herself as a partner. We're talking about the tech person. Having herself consider herself as a partner.
His partner for the mission.
Yeah, for the mission, and him being so reluctant to it. They could have went deeper, like, oh, I don't want to consider you a partner because I don't want to lose you. Could have had some type of chemistry between them. They
didn't say that, but that's what was implied.
It's what was implied, but...
I mean, you could tell that's what was implied.
Okay, well, all right, well, when you say that...
Yeah, you can
We all know that recently I've been on a tirade against spoon feeding. So if you don't have to spoon feed us the information, let us be smart and figure it out. I will give them a pass on that.
All right.
I'll give them a pass on that. So it all results in, all this stuff results in Dave Bautista's character JJ going on a date with the mom, to which he dances to Cardi B's Like It Like That. That's what the song called? Like That.
That's what I'm gonna sing.
I got it written here, Like That.
Yeah,
and real quick, before I go any further, I do want to point out that this movie has a 49%
rating
score on Rotten Tomatoes. Critics were not very warm about this film. They criticized it for frequent profanity and the unedited use of Cardi B's Like That, which they actually called Bodak Yellow, but we're not going to fault.
First of all, if they want to criticize something, they need to get it straight.
Yeah, they got to get the name of the song right. But I mean, I can understand where some of the criticism from the song may have came from, because I can understand because of those.
It's already rated PG-13. It already says language,
but it's marketed as such a younger movie, which it kind of doesn't. I mean, it is a lot of violence.
That's
not
what
like
I'm
a lot of.
saying.
It's more violence than profanity. It's more violence than any of the content. I mean, a guy gets
First
shot
of all-
directly in the head. You see it. You
I mean,
get shot in the head.
that's the beginning of the movie, but after that portion of it, you have a large percentage of it that's pretty much
More
calm
family
and-
friendly. Yeah, and then another criticism that I read too was that it was like, well, why is it rated PG-13? Just it's like a hard PG, not like a PG-13 or anything. I mean, it could have passed in the PG.
Nah. I mean, there's certain criteria that it has to meet in order to be labeled something. So apparently, it met the criteria.
And I would say that's from the profanity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what a lot of people are like.
I would say from getting shot too.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they did kill an animal in there, the bird.
Hey man, if an animal dies in the movie, it's a G rating. Like, come on, Bambi's mom got shot in Bambi. You don't think?
We're not gonna talk about.
You don't think animals dying in movies is appropriate for children? It must be. Disney been getting away with it.
I was
for
say
years.
Disney maybe. Everybody else gotta ease into
Disney
it.
killed Mufasa twice, and
Hey,
the
think
second
twice
one I
about
ain't 3 times because that Lion King, it was what it was. But all this spy stuff ends up happening. Like I said, it turns back into the spy movie when the bad guy that they're going after,
Yeah.
he fakes his death in the manner of speaking, fakes his death.
Yeah.
And
they actually believe it.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about it. But I kind of listened back to it. They were saying like the forensics guys were still working on it or whatever the case may be. So, okay, they get a pass
And the bad
for that.
guys did say it will hold them over for a little while.
Yeah.
They knew it wasn't going to be concrete because of no forensic evidence.
Yeah, so after that happens, then, bad guy breaks in. Then you have your whole climatic battle with the helicopter on the airplane on an unfinished runway on top of a cliff.
Airplane on top of a cliff.
Yeah, you get your final battle. You get all your callbacks, like the walking away from the explosion thing.
Mm-hmm.
The bad guy, man, he fell off. That's one of the most brutal cliff deaths I've seen. I've seen a lot of cliff deaths, but that one's pretty hardcore for a family movie.
Yeah.
Because not only did he fall off the cliff, he got dragged by the plane on a gate. Okay,
No. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'll stop it right there. Y'all can see how the rest
saying
of
for a
it.
family movie, but look how many other family movies we have that are probably worse than this one.
Yeah,
in
you're right.
regards
You're right.
to scene. It's not saying movie is being worse, but just certain things in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
So cut it out.
Okay, all right, I'll give you that. So
Isn't Pet
that's
Sematary a family movie?
I mean, in the 80s, everything was
Okay,
a family
then.
movie in the
It
80s.
don't matter.
Hey, if you consider Pet Sematary a family movie, you're a sick person. You sick.
Isn't Jeepers Creepers a family movie?
You sick if you consider Jeepers Creepers a family movie.
Chucky's a family movie.
Hey, you sick if you consider.
Bro, Chucky's a whole doll.
So let's continue. Let's continue. So I mean that's pretty much what the film. I mean it ends. They all one big happy family. Guy gets his job back at CIA, stays in Chicago.
He
blah,
tells
blah.
the mom about his
Oh yeah, he ends
lifestyle,
up telling the mom about what
he had
is.
going on. And a part I like was when they had to go back to where I don't remember where they were stationed, but anyway went from
They had to
Chicago.
go back to DC.
Yeah, and they was like, hold on,
Not DC. Langley Falls.
you waste taxpayers' money.
Yeah, like you could have just told us this, but you called us all the way in from Chicago, all the way over to
And we got to
Virginia,
go back to Chicago.
and we got to go back.
to close up.
I was like, what a waste of taxpayer money. that was a really clever. There's a lot of clever jokes in this. It's a lot of clever jokes, a lot of really funny moments. Again, I attribute that to Batista, Kristen Shaw, who I think they casted pretty well. And the neighbors played by Devere Rogers and Noah Dalton Danby. Finally got around to reading those names.
The neighbors were funny though, especially when he was going on a date. That was funny.
Yeah.
You calling a Brony man.
Yeah, I mean all of the actors in this movie.
Yeah, that West Coast shirt on.
Everyone attributes something good to this movie that I think is pretty funny. It does have a lot of laughs. It has a bit of action, not too much action. Yeah, I liked it.
But then, you know what I thought about when you say something about it being a family movie? Scoob is supposedly a family movie.
Okay, so her gripe with Scoob is that it starts with the song California Love.
Bro, you might as well, you should have played Pop Part. I'm sorry.
California Love.
You could have Scoob doing a crip
California Love has one of the most family-friendly hooks for any movie set in California. If you watch enough children movies, you will see that. If you watch enough movie trailers that have things set in California, you will hear California Love.
First of all,
and then after that, you'll just hear the instrumental.
We should have practiced that.
After that, you'll hear the instrumental, and then you'll hear California. That's all you'll hear is the auto-tune California.
You might as well
the
come
whole
with
time
part.
with the beat. They will not play the rap part. Some songs have family-friendly hooks.
First of all, I want to
California
hear the
Love
rest
is
of the
one of
song
them.
after that.
I mean, go download it.
Go
just stream
saying.
it. Go run
I'm
up pop
saying.
streams.
That's not a family-friendly song.
But the hook is. Just like the hook for Cardi B song. I like it like... That's actually a pretty... it's not a bad hook. But then you get into the lyrics. You get like... Just like the beat for Bodak Yellow is family-friendly.
All right. Whatever. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so I mean, let's get through some of the more tiny stuff. Then we'll
tiny.
Yeah, little tiny stuff. It's an hour 39 minutes. It's not a big waste of time. It's not a long movie. When I first watched it, it kind of dragged a little bit. I felt like.
I don't think so.
I think it's just because like I didn't know what direction the movie was trying to go in.
I mean, you knew it was a spy movie.
I knew it was a spy movie, and it just felt a little jumpy to me. But then, like when you really catch on to what the movie is, then it's like it moves at a it's a good watch. It's a fun watch.
I mean, I enjoyed it the first time through. Like I didn't really know what it was gonna. I mean, I assumed what it was gonna be about, but it kind of it had its turns, its twists and turns, to where it wasn't as predictable as you thought it was going to be.
And again, that's really attributed to some of the writing moments, some of the narrative choices they made, but definitely the comedy. Definitely the comedy. I wouldn't have thought that this movie would have made some of the comedic choices it made, but it did make them, and it made it more fun. It cost $18 million to make. It made $5.5 million back.
It's a loss.
Made a couple $100,000 at a couple of drive-in theaters. I mean. And this year, can we really truly call it a loss? I mean, in the year where Sonic the Hedgehog is officially the highest grossing movie of the year, can we really call this a? Can we really call it a loss?
I would say that it is a loss because you lost money at the end of the day. Yeah. But I mean, we understand why. Because it wasn't played in theaters or anything.
So that brings me to the main major point that I was thinking about before this review here today was, would this movie have been as successful or more successful in theaters, or was this something that was better off on streaming?
I don't know if I would have watched it in theaters.
Yeah, I can agree.
Like maybe if the girls wanted to or something, I would have probably maybe considered it, but then probably would have been like, I don't know. Yeah,
I would agree because like I told you earlier, I remember seeing the trailers for this like as far back as like sometime last year, and when I first saw the trailer I was like, it doesn't really look that interesting, and each time I saw something I was like, it didn't really look all that great. And then what really hooked me in was honestly because it was on streaming. Yeah. Amazon Prime available for free if you have a Prime membership.
Remember, if you have Medicaid or food stamps, you can get it for $5.99, I believe. I think it's $5.99. I believe so. No, not $6.99. I think it's $5.99. You can get it for $5.99. Amazon Prime.
Any way you can get Amazon Prime.
I'm not advertising Amazon Prime.
Any way you can get Amazon Prime.
They do have a lot of good things on there, and they have this movie as well.
Yeah.
And if you want it at a discounted price.
Yeah, I mean, any way you can get Amazon Prime, any way you can check out this movie somehow, definitely check it out. It's it's something that I don't think I really would have. I think the reviews would have been more harsh if it was in theaters.
Yeah.
I think the reviews would have been way more harsh, but because I think so because
just they would have paid money for it.
Yeah, they would have went to release this in theaters, and they would have been in their bag.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen critics be real harsh on some things that wasn't really that bad.
if you have to pay for something, I mean, you know, you
However,
respect
on the flip side of that, I can see where it would have gotten better reviews in theaters because you're surrounded by people who are also taking in a lot of the jokes, a lot of the moments in there, and sometimes when you're around a crowd.
I mean, what I say about that is a good movie is a good movie. You know,
yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, because of this, that, and the other. Because I think I would have felt the same way about it.
Okay, I mean, I think it's debatable, but I think streaming definitely did help this out with in terms of getting some awareness going about it, getting some people to really check it out where they wouldn't have checked it out. You know, and then getting it picked up by Amazon. I mean, everybody has Amazon, so almost everybody has Amazon and has some type of access to Amazon Prime. We won't say how.
Yes, we will say.
But everybody has some type of access to it.
You know who you are, too.
Y'all know who you are. But yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. That's a tough question. I mean, I think streaming definitely did it some good.
I'm going to ask two different questions. What would you rate it? And then what would you rate it if you were to see it in the theaters?
What would I rate it now that I've seen it? I would give it
via streaming.
I would give it 4. I would give it 4 stars. It's a great thing to watch in the comfort of home. Yeah, I will give it 4 stars. Now, if I had to pay my money to see it,
and buy popcorn,
and buy my popcorn, and buy my soda,
and sneak snacks,
and allegedly. Sneak snacks and allegedly. There's no proof that I would do that.
You don't say that when I'm handing him the candy.
Oh, come on, man. You gotta say allegedly. You gotta run with allegedly.
I'm joking.
Yeah, you joking. Yes, yeah. Allegedly.
Yeah. Gosh. All right.
But I wouldn't say anything about the candy. Allegedly. If it were to happen, I wouldn't say anything. Allegedly. I don't know, man. If it was released in theaters and I had to do all that paying and seating and reserving seats.
Bruh, that's the thing.
Dragging my kids in there.
Ooh, man. And the baby? Nah, baby wasn't here yet.
No, baby wasn't here yet.
Bruh.
I don't know. Because I like the things I like about it now, especially on the second watch, I think I still would have liked about it in the theater. So I think I probably would have still given it the same rating. I mean, because like you just said, to your point, a good movie is a good movie. A good comedy is a good comedy. A good laugh is a good laugh. Gosh, I think I would have given it. The same, about same 4, because it was Well, no, let's scratch that. I probably would have given it 3.
Why?
Now, okay, now when we're saying theaters, are we saying like if everything that was still could come out around it and before it, after it?
No, I'm not judging it based off of what other movies would have been around it. I'm judging it solely on this movie.
Okay, well, yeah, I still would have given it 4. I would have given it 4. I still would have given it 4.
Now you want to say, well, I wasted my time. I could have saw this instead of that.
Well, see,
but then
now
you don't know how that would have been.
That's what I'm saying. Now that's part of the argument too. You can, not argument, but that's part of the discussion too. Like, what movies would have came out around you? Because if you have, there was a lot of movies scheduled to come out early this year that some people would have flocked to. Before they would have flocked to this, this probably would have just been one of those. It's at 2:00 and at 5:00, and so if you just randomly want to see something, this is one of those things you see and it's like, wow, that's such a hidden gem. But, now that it's, available to you and you can watch it at your leisure anytime without really any risk of, extra additional money, I think
cheaper popcorn.
I think it fares better. So, I mean, to answer the question as a whole, I think streaming did it better. Yeah. I think streaming did it some more justice. Now, me personally, I would also prefer it on streaming. Yeah, I would also prefer it on streaming. I
prefer anything on streaming. If I'm
a lot of people do. A lot of people do.
I'm like, bruh.
I mean, this definitely isn't a Scoob situation where I regret watching it as a whole.
So the best part of the movie was California Love.
The best part of the movie. The best part of the movie was maybe like the first 10 minutes of school.
The best part of the movie for me was probably just the little part in the front with California.
I mean, if I want to be real harsh, the best part of the movie was the damn credits because it was over. I'm talking like the last sentence in the credits. Woo, that was it. Woo.
First of all, I'm not even watching the credits.
When the screen was when the screen was dark before it started, and when the screen was dark after it started, that was my favorite part. All right, let's not bash Scoob anymore.
Just saying.
It's Scoob's fault that it was that bad. It was such a fucking terrible movie. We're never reviewing Scoob. That's it. That's all you get for Scoob.
I mean,
unless y'all get us to 150 subscribers, then we'll review Scoob and say nice things about it.
All right, if you could have changed the ending, would you have?
To My Spy?
Yes, we're not talking about Scoob.
Good. Oh God, good. Nah, I don't think so.
You know what?
I would have changed a lot of narrative choices that.
You know what I'm saying? Just because the little girl was such a little.
That little girl was hell, man. That little girl was a nutcase.
You know,
that little girl was the real villain.
I hate to call
okay, because all right, this is.
I wouldn't have let them. You know.
Yeah, I would have had them break up.
Yeah.
Yeah, in your face.
In your face,
little Sophie.
Oh, what?
Look, let me tell you, Sophie's the real villain in this movie, though. I want to circle back to that because I meant to talk about that earlier.
She is.
We're about to wrap up soon, but Sophie was a real villain in the movie because if she didn't bring her little ass, her little high, narrow, yellow ass in that damn room.
First of all, old girl would have just locked the damn door.
And shout out to you, Chloe Coleman. You know, for doing a phenomenal job acting. You know, you really portrayed this character well.
Yeah.
But God damn it, Sophie, if you didn't take your ass in that damn, you messed up the whole damn mission.
Yep.
I mean, outed everybody.
I mean, she messed up the mission, but didn't mess up the mission.
But she ain't doing no damn good. That part to me
was kind of cliche, you know?
The only good she did for everything was getting kidnapped so that she can take the little device, the nuclear. Why all the spy movies centered around nuclear codes? Is it that many nuclear codes?
I believe so.
That makes me think, how often does this shit happen every damn day?
How often does it not happen? We just don't know.
Right.
No, that'll be getting exposed next.
God damn, little Sophie, keep your damn. Like I said, if she wasn't so damn desperate, more desperate than Annie. I mean, Annie from Little Orphan Annie was less desperate for a family than this little girl was.
In her defense,
and Little Orphan Annie ain't had no mommy.
In her defense, even though
she lived a hard knock life.
Sophie left a whole country to come somewhere new with no friends or nothing. The little kids already rejected her. So now,
right, you know what? I'll give you that. Them little girls.
I'm just saying, but I'm still on. You know, I still agree.
Them little kids wasn't some little assholes.
Too much.
They were. What they did? Like slam a sandwich in her face or something?
No.
What did they do?
She had jelly on her face from where she was eating breakfast.
Oh yeah.
You know what, Sophie? That's your damn fault for not cleaning your damn. How you gonna look at me before you go? No, you going to a new school. That's your fault.
Then Sophie was
Then you try to hype yourself up. That was your problem. Just play your part.
Yeah,
just kidding.
Nah, Sophie was trash.
She was.
Sophie was trash.
She was like I said, she could have been a badass Kareem, but she just didn't do all that cursing and all that extra. So he just did too much.
Yeah.
But Sophie was pretty much on that
Sophie
kind of
friends
level.
with Kareem though.
That's what I'm saying.
Sophie texting Kareem on the phone. Hey man, how you get your mom to stop fucking that cop? Hey man, how you do that? How'd you do that? How'd you manage that?
Pretty much.
Let me do the reverse of that real quick, buddy. But yeah. So I mean, that's all I got to say about this here particular movie. I mean, it's a good, like we said, it's good. It's a good watch, worth to watch.
A sequel? I mean, I could see
I would watch a My Spy 2.
With both of them working together. Well, they technically work together, but actively working together.
I could see a My Spy 2 in two different forms.
Yeah.
I can see a My Spy 2 in two different forms. Form number one with the original cast, new story, all that good stuff. Maybe on streaming. Definitely, probably not in theaters. If it is in theaters, I would be very, I'll be pleased to see it. But
I mean, but would you want to go to theaters and see it based
on
you seeing it? Yeah.
Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. They'd have to market it very strongly. I'd have to feel very strongly.
But I mean,
about
after you've already seen the first one, you think they like, oh, it's worth going to the movie theater?
That's a tough maybe. That's a tough maybe. It would have, like I said, it would have to be a pretty compelling story. It have to have a. It can't be just like, oh,
right.
We're moving somewhere, and
all,
and the uncle's friend came, and now it's.
All right, so what if they change the rating to an R? But see, he's still active. So, you know, what if they come in and do like some, what's the name of that movie where old boy kidnapped, what's the name of the movie? Where he kidnapped the daughter. He was like.
Thought Taken?
Yeah. What was
Okay, now if they go to Taken route with My Spy 2, they really might have, they might have my matinee ticket. I might get a matinee ticket for that. The sequel though, I don't know. The second way I can see a sequel going is the direct-to-DVD thing they do where they have a completely different cast, like Larry the Cable Guy or some shit. And he's just like, let's get her done with the... You know they do that with the direct-to-DVD ones.
I hate when they do that.
No, but yeah, they, I mean, I can see them doing My Spy 2 like that. Yeah.
Bro, you should have got McCoy
like that where ain't nobody going to sit down and watch it. It's better off dead than it is anywhere else. But
you know,
somehow,
this is a waste of money, but we're going to put it out anyway.
Yeah, it's a waste of money, but somebody going to watch it. You know, it's on here for free. It's on a streaming service. We'll throw it on Netflix. It'll get about 5-10 views. We'll say it's the most watched movie.
This is going to be number one for like a day or two.
It'll be in the top 10 trending. Somebody watched it, sucker us into watching it, and be like, who the fuck was putting this in the top 10?
First of all, you would have suckered us into watching it.
You know what, though?
You would have, yeah. Okay.
Not if Larry the Cable Guy's in it. Put like the bootleg Kevin Hart's. What's it like the? They didn't need to do it now with John Cena. Bachelor. You know what though?
Since he want to attract wrestlers.
You know what though?
Hey, it would have been good with John Cena too though.
My Spy was like one less Dave Bautista away from actually having John Cena. John Cena is good though. But this makes me think. Remember that movie Playing with Fire with John Cena? With John Cena was the fireman.
Oh, yeah.
This versus that.
Because of the fact that it's a kids movie.
Do you think that
kids. Like the kids really be suckering these adults in.
But do you think
now that I think about it, that's what these kids do. They sucker you in.
But think about it though. I don't know how good Playing with Fire did in the theaters or anything. I don't know how good it did. I don't know anything about the reception of that movie. But I wouldn't doubt that movie would have done or has done better on streaming than it had done in theaters. I think that. Yeah, I think that bombed. I think Playing with Fire is an example of how badly, if it did bad, how badly My Spy could have went if it went bad. I don't know, but if it did not go well in theaters, I think My Spy going to streaming. Well, I think that's an example of what My Spy could have been in theaters. Because I don't know anyone who flocked out to see Playing with Fire.
Me either.
I don't even remember hearing about that movie except for like at the Kids' Choice Awards.
Wow.
So, all right. So, what do you give it? What's your rating? Streaming and theaters.
All right. See, for me, it's gonna have the same rating because I looked at it the same way. You know.
Yeah.
But due to some of the parts being generic, but then you also have like I said, a little twist where I was like, damn, I didn't think that was gonna happen. Mm-hmm. So. I'll probably give it a 3.8. 3.8? Because it wasn't a bad movie.
But you know what? That's what I was almost going to drop my score down to, depending on what was coming out around it. That would have been my surrounding case.
I don't base mine on.
That's what I'm saying. You take surrounding case out, mine's still full.
Yeah, you have to just do the movie for what it is.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do that, but just to review a movie, I think you just review it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because if you ain't see the other movies, you don't know how the movie's going to turn out. You can anticipate and expect.
Yeah.
And then that's where anticipation gets you all the time.
Yeah, definitely blueprints for how this movie could have gone. But if you've never seen those movies before, this is a fresh take on it.
Yeah, if you've never seen it, this type of movie before, you would enjoy it. I mean, even if you have, you still would enjoy it. Because they have the characters in there, the supporting cast and stuff like that really helped build this movie. And
again, definitely all props to Dave Bautista, who, this is like his second non-Marvel starring role that I've seen him in recently. And he'll get his big breakout role. It's coming. Outside of Marvel, he'll get his big breakout role. It's coming. But right now, he's building to that moment. So, yeah, I would say definitely check out My Spy. It is available for free to Amazon Prime members.
Technically not free.
I mean, you're paying your $99 a year for Amazon Prime.
Or a reduced amount, Medicaid and food stamps, remember?
Yeah, it's available on Amazon.
Just Google search it, because I don't remember the link or anything. Google search.
Yeah. Do that. Definitely check it out. Definitely take a look at it. Worth a watch. So, with all that said, thank you guys for joining us.
You know what?
Why did we say it at the same time?
Why did you say it at the same time?
Because I was thinking it.
Well, I said it.
Go ahead, Sam.
Thank you. All right, calm down. Thank you for joining us. Please subscribe, like, share, subscribe, watch. Subscribe, like, share, watch. Subscribe.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just
Help
saying.
us reach 100 subscribers. That's what we're going for.
Tell your friends about us. Tell your family. Let us know of any movie suggestions or any suggestions that you would like us to review. Remember, next week is Anime Tuesday. And
plug yourself.
Yeah.
Plug yourself.
Yeah.
Get it.
It's Anime Tuesday.
Hype yourself up.
Woo woo. So
is there any tease for what we might be seeing?
I would say that this one really grabbed my attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of it did. It grabbed my attention.
Grab. It's funny because I know what it is. It's grab.
Yeah, it did.
Grab.
And so like it took me by surprise because I wasn't expecting this, but it's funny. So yeah, look forward to hearing that review. Mm-hmm. It'll be a different type of review too because I've only seen it one time. As opposed to, But anyway, thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah. Definitely go back and view our other content. If you like what you see here, we got a whole bunch of them on our page.
If you like what you see, turn on the TV and do it.
All right. Zoom. We're obviously tired. So we are going to definitely...
Remember to be safe. Be safe. Wear your mask. Be safe.
Yeah, definitely be safe. Remember, Black Lives Matter every day. Keep wearing your mask, flatten the curve, and election time is coming up. Definitely prepare to vote.
Especially in your local elections, that's important as well.
Very
Equally important.
If not more.
Yeah, I believe it's more.
Yeah. Because if you don't, okay, we're not going to politicize. We'll politicize next time. All right, you guys take it easy. Thank you guys for tuning in. Everyone who commented, we saw your comments. Thank you guys for interacting with us.
Thank you.
We love you guys. Stay safe. We out. Peace.